Welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator for the PC. This flight is going to be the setup leg for a series of flights that I'm going to do, which for now are going to remain secret. It's actually going to be the first of 2 or maybe 3 setup flights for the itinerary that I actually want to make. It'll make sense as it goes along. Let's just see here. I'm going to fly the 152. There it is. We need a full tank. There we go. It will be that plane and... Oh, it doesn't know where we are. That's why. We are going to India 68. Yeah. Yes. So now the conditions are what they are. Yes, that's correct. And we're going to runway 19er. That's also correct. The reason I'm starting this flight when I am is because there's a certain road that I want to try and follow to get where I'm going, and I find that when this road is illuminated with lights, which it isn't actually in real life, but this game illuminates it with lights, it's a lot easier to find than it is during daylight when it's not. But yeah, in real life there are no lights along this road. But the lights prior to sunrise make it really easy to find, or pretty easy to find, much easier to find than it would otherwise be.
India 68 traffic Cessna November 82 Juliet Alpha taking off runway 19er straight out departure.
Alright, we're ready to go. VFR map in the corner, and I want the ATC like that. Okay, we've already announced we're taking off straight out. Now I'm going to be counting roads here, guys and girls, so don't be alarmed if I'm sort of counting to myself, oh, there's that, there's that, there's that. If you're from the area, you will know, you'll be familiar with some of the roads that I mention, obviously. Sit up in the seat a little bit here.
Columbus approach Cessna November 82 Juliet Alpha is type Cessna 152 1 miles south of India 68. Request flight following. Cessna November 82 Juliet Alpha Columbus approach. Squawk 1251. Squawk 1251 Cessna 2 Juliet Alpha. Cessna 2 Juliet Alpha radar contact 2 miles south of India 68, 1,200 feet. Altimetry 0.15. Copy Cessna 2 Juliet Alpha.
Alright, we're flying over 63 right now. And the very next road that the very next sort of major looking, or semi-major looking road is going to run diagonally underneath us, and we're going to try to follow it. It's US Route 42. And the first thing to do is find it. And we're going to try to follow it. If it comes to it, we can follow 71, but I'd like to follow 42. Let's see. Okay, what is this? This looks like a road heading the direction that I have in mind. And I see a car on said road. I am going to go ahead and assume that this is 42 right here. Maybe not the world's greatest guess, but we'll just see what we can see here, see what we recognize along this road. See if we recognize it as 42 or not. Okay. What I think I may see off to the side here is that driving range that's in between Lebanon and Mason. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm better with cross streets. Okay, this looks all right. This looks like it. Okay, I think this is Bethany Road on the right here. I think that's Bethany Road. And then here before too long, 741. That's 741 passing underneath us right there. So the town of Mason is next. And 42 makes a left in Mason. It's sort of a gentle left though. If you take the hard left, that's Mason Montgomery.
Juliet, Alpha contact, Cincinnati approach on 121.0. Going to 121.0 Cessna 2 Juliet Alpha. Cincinnati approach, Cessna November 82 Juliet Alpha 900 feet. Cessna November 82 Juliet Alpha, Cincinnati approach, continue as planned. Altimeter 0.16.
See, we just wound through Mason there exactly in the manner that US 42 does. So I'm quite confident that this is 42. Quite confident. This is Tylersville Road here. Now, you get south of Tylersville Road on 42, and I start to not know what I'm doing. I don't go south of Tylersville Road on 42 very often. I just have no need to. I don't, it's not that I don't want to, I just don't have any need to. And when I do want to go down this way, I take a different route. I take the highway. When I want to go any further south on 42 than Tylersville Road, I just take the highway. But I am quite confident that this is US 42 here. Now, if this road wanders a little too close to either one of the highways, 71 or 75, then I'm going to start getting worried. Have I inadvertently turned off of 42 and onto some other road? Now, what I would like to do here is contact CVG and let them know that we're flying underneath a shelf of Class Bravo airspace. But Microsoft Flight Simulator's default air traffic control does not allow you to do that. And that is as someone who knows relatively little about air traffic control, to me, it seems like it is an oversight. I want to be able to contact that big Class Bravo airfield and say, I'm flying underneath, one of the levels of the upside down wedding cake, and I just thought I'd let you know. I'm not in Class Bravo. I'm in fact in Class Golf right about now, but I'm flying underneath a Class Bravo shelf. They like to know that, even though it's not required. They like to know that. Okay, so we are at the Mason-Sharonville, or we're approaching the Mason-Sharonville exit on the bypass up here. If you look over in the lower right-hand corner of the screen at the VFR map, the thin gray lines on that map represent big, important roads. And the one we are about to fly over top of is I-275. Okay, so I'm relatively confident that we are still on US 42. The lights have helped out immeasurably. I'm very happy that I chose to begin this flight at the time of day that I did. The lights have been quite helpful. Alright, so we flew over top of the bypass. I did not get a good look at I-275, but I trust that it's there. Now, I think I may be starting to lose the plot here a little bit. Maybe not. Okay. Maybe not. I don't know. Okay, I think I have. I think I've lost it. So we can do a couple of things. We can... Well, actually, hold on. What is this? What is this over here? Okay, let's continue following this road here. This may be 42. Saw a reference to Cincinnati Blue Ash Airport on the left side of out the left window, or out the left half of the front window. I forget which. That's an airport, obviously, that has been gone for some time now, but it made it into the Flight Simulator 2020. I'm not sure why it did. My understanding is that the runways aren't even there anymore. It's not just that the field is closed, the runways aren't even there anymore. So I have no idea how or why Blue Ash Airport made it in to this game. Because, very honestly, it shouldn't be here. That's been paved over and grown over with either an office park or a subdivision, is my understanding. Alright, we're inching kind of close to I-75, so I'm a bit concerned that we are not in fact following US 42. I can go either way on it. I mean, as long as this is a road that takes us down that way, I'm okay with it. I think we're okay on fuel. I imagine we are. Yes, we're doing very well on fuel. This is not the maximum speed of this plane. It's not anywhere close. But I'm flying like this because I want to show you Cincinnati's northern suburbs at sunrise, for one thing, and for another, I am trying to follow a road, and that's difficult to do at high speed. This is cross-county highway here. Yeah, 80 knots our speed, so somewhere in the neighborhood of 92 or 93 miles an hour. Okay, I like the fact that we're going to turn to the left up here. One of the reasons I chose US 42 as well is that maybe we don't have to... We may stay far enough away from Cincinnati-Lunken that we don't have to contact them. If we come within 4 miles of Lunken, we have to let them know that we're here. And if you fly down 71, you come within 4 miles of Lunken. Flying down this road, I think we may be able to sneak by. Actually, you know what? On the VFR map, that yellow shape there, if we come within that yellow shape, that sort of half circle there, let's see. We will need to, let's see. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it's not, it's giving me the option to tune the tower, it's giving me the option to get the weather report from Lunken, but it is not giving me the option to request clearance through Class Delta. So, we're fine right at the moment. As soon as it does give me that option, I will. I'm surprised because we are awfully close to it. And did I lose my road here? Not sure. I think we may have just brushed the Class D just slightly, the Class Delta just slightly. But it didn't give me the option to contact Lunken, so there wasn't much I could do there. incredibly enough, I think we may have basically just followed 42 down to Cincinnati. Something which I find astonishing, because I've never done that before. This is the first time I've ever done that, and it was all because of the lights. Now, this may be the hospital district here, off to the right. It certainly looks like it. I think this may be the hospital district here. The university district. And the hospitals, specifically. This is a part of Cincinnati which I love. I have a special attachment to, because of, unfortunately, having spent more than my fair share of time in said hospitals for reasons it pains me to go into, so I'm not going to. Okay. I am not sure exactly what is going on here. So what I may do, to make sure I don't get too involved in the airspace around CVG, I think what I may do is let's see. I'm going to fly due west right now, because I don't want to get caught up in the big airport's airspace. The Class Bravo airspace. So we'll fly about a heading of 276 here. And give it some throttle. Take the flaps back to 0 degrees. Gain some speed as a result. Here we'll cross the Great Miami River, right up here. Actually, let me see that again. All right. So now it'll let us know I've gone through on the air traffic control menu and chosen CVG instead of Lunken, and now it'll let me know if I have to do anything in connection with CVG. I hope to stay far enough away from CVG that I don't have to worry about anything. But accidents happen. I'm certainly going to air to the north side of things until we pass CVG.
Cincinnati Airport information.
So good weather. Pretty good weather. This was the first bridge I ever flew under. Do it again.
Tower Delta 2512 at runway 27 ready for takeoff IFR to Atlanta. Delta 2512 hold short runway 27. Traffic is generic on the runway. Sun Country 3014 exit runway when able.
Leaves me in high altitude.
Hold short runway 27 Delta 2512.
So I kind of like the aircraft. Sound bites.
Sun Country 3014 exit runway when able. Sun Country 3014 contact ground on 121.7. Delta 2512 cleared for takeoff runway 27. 121.7 for Sun Country 3014. Cleared for takeoff runway 27 Delta 2512.
I wonder if those sound bites will still play with that air traffic. Yeah. So we see some names we recognize here. Rising Sun, of course, on the list of airports. Rising Sun, of course, the name of the casino town in Indiana. Cincinnati West is an airport in Harrison, Ohio. Obviously CBG. There. We may get we may pass by Rising Sun here at a distance close enough that the system will let us know it's there. The game will let us know it's there.
Delta 2512 contact Cincinnati departure on 126.65.
See Cincinnati misspelled there in the ATC panel.
Going to 126.65 Delta 2512.
But yeah, this is what pilots deal with. Even general aviation pilots are listening to this chatter all the time, and they have to sort out what's for them and what isn't. Sometimes you're tuning multiple frequencies at once. Sometimes you're tuning this air traffic control channel and listening to the weather report at the same time on the other comm channel. And you have you learn to get really good at picking out what information is for you and what information is not.
Envoy tree 638 ready for IFR departure runway 27. Envoy tree 638 cleared for takeoff runway 27.
Look at how the sunlight moves across the dash of the plane and across the windshield of the plane.
Cleared for takeoff runway 27, Envoy tree 638.
I've mentioned this before in other videos, but I just feel like that is an amazing attention to detail. That is an amazing level of attention to detail. It's truly stunning.
Contact Cincinnati departure on 128.7.
Yeah, I see that over there. And the sun is rising as we speak, in fact. But yeah, that's the casino town in Indiana.
Going to 128.7, Envoy tree 638.
Where it used to be. There used to be a casino there. Another circle. Because we can. Glare of the sun off of the plane. Glare of the sun off of the underside of the roof of the plane. I mean, it's just remarkable. The level of detail. Oh gosh. Oh, sorry about that. Now, I don't think it's windy out. I'm not sure what that was, to be honest. But updrafts and downdrafts are something that is new to 2020. They hadn't been able to recreate those meteorologically speaking actual aerodynamics that hadn't been able to be recreated very well, if at all, prior to this. But we have to deal with it now. Big rivers like this are always excellent VFR navigation aids because you know right where they go. And oh yeah, see here it almost looks like we're backtracking, but the river is winding. In fact, it's what's happening here. Rising sun. Honestly, that may be how the town got its name. The river winds to such an extent that if you're traveling toward the Mississippi on the river, if you're traveling toward the Mississippi, you will face the rising sun as you pass by this part of the river, as you pass by the town. I mean, I'm not saying that is how it got its name, but it would make sense. So here we have basically a complete switchback, is what it's called, I think, by the Ohio River. I had forgotten that it did this. And yeah, that makes total sense that if that is the reason it's called that, that would make complete sense.
Departure runway 27. Air Shuttle 6201 cleared for takeoff runway 27. Cleared for takeoff runway 27, Air Shuttle 6201.
Yeah, I recognize number 2 on the list.
Tower Delta 819er ready for IFR departure runway 27. Delta 819er, hold short runway 27. Traffic is generic on the runway.
I recognize number 3, I guess it is now. Number 7, Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky, about to fall off the list.
Hold short runway 27, Delta 819er.
And of course, I think we all recognize number 6. That's a little place in Independence, Kentucky. So we've got a Class Charlie coming up here. Louisville.
Delta 819er taxi into position and hold.
Used to be called Standiford Field. They named it after Muhammad Ali last year, or the year before.
Position and hold, Delta 819er.
It's a Class Charlie field, airport.
Tower Connie 259er at runway 27 ready for takeoff IFR to Los Angeles. Connie 259er, hold short runway 27. Traffic is generic on short final. Air Shuttle 6201, contact Cincinnati departure on 126.65. Hold short runway 27, Connie 259er. 126.65 for Air Shuttle 6201.
That's not some...
Delta 819er cleared for takeoff runway 27.
Never mind, I can't get a word in.
Cleared for takeoff runway 27 Delta 819er. Connie 259er taxi into position and hold. Position and hold Connie 259er. Delta 819er contact Cincinnati departure on 128.7.
Alright, do we have to listen to this? I don't know that we do, I don't know that we don't.
128.7 for Delta 819er. Connie 259er cleared for takeoff runway 27. Cleared for takeoff runway 27 Connie 259er.
Look at how the shade of the ground on the right side of the river changes based on where the sun is. That has to be that shade because of the sunrise. Has to be.
Contact Cincinnati departure on 128.7.
I thought that plane left. I'm tired of hearing about them.
One two eight decimal seven Connie 259er.
Oh, departure. Yes, yes. Get them out of here. I'm tired of listening to them. All right. We gain a little bit of elevation here. We might be able to see. Might be able to see Kentucky Speedway coming up here. Not completely sure it's here. Yeah, I don't know for sure where it is. It's on the south side of I-71 near Sparta. For some reason, I feel like Warsaw, Kentucky is near Sparta. I don't know why I think that. But look at the glare of the sunlight off of the speedometer there on the upper left-hand corner of the dash. All right, we'll go to Indianapolis here. We're switching the crew that's following us, keeping track of our flight, is now a different one. We've switched from Cincinnati to Indianapolis, or we're about to.
Indianapolis Center, Cessna November 82 Juliet Alpha is type Cessna 152 9 miles east of Tree 2 India, India. Request flight following. Cessna November 82 Juliet Alpha, Indianapolis Center. Squawk 5036.
Done.
Squawk 5036 Cessna 2 Juliet Alpha. Cessna 2 Juliet Alpha radar contact 8 miles east of Tree 2 India, India 700 feet. Altimeter Tree 0.20.
Got it.
Copy Cessna 2 Juliet Alpha.
Alright, so we don't have to hear that craziness from Cincinnati anymore. That sounded funny. We can look for Indianapolis International. Can't say that I see it. That's alright though. No, I certainly cannot. That's alright. Let's see if I can find where Sparta is.
Indianapolis Center Air Shuttle 6201 is at 10,500 feet, descending 10,000 feet. Air Shuttle 6201 Indianapolis Center, continue as planned. Altimeter Tree 0.19.
Okay. Warsaw and Sparta are on opposite sides of the highway from each other, so I'm thinking we probably already passed it.
Alpha, contact Louisville approach on 132.075.
We can do a circle though, and confirm, make sure.
Cessna 2 Juliet Alpha, please acknowledge.
Oh, sorry guys.
Going to 132.075 Cessna 2 Juliet Alpha.
These guys are no fun. I'm not going to contact them until I'm done doing my circle here. Alright, I can't say that I see much of anything. Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
Indianapolis Center, Cessna November 82 Juliet Alpha, 1,200 feet. Cessna November 82 Juliet Alpha, Indianapolis Center, continue as planned. Altimeter Tree 0.19. Cessna 2 Juliet Alpha, contact Louisville approach
What
on
is this?
132.075.
Is this a frat initiation stunt? What are you guys doing to me here? I'm not going back and forth between y'all.
Indianapolis Center, Southwest Tree 244 is at flight level 355, descending 10,000 feet. Southwest Tree 244, Indianapolis Center, continue as planned. Going to 132.075 Cessna 2 Juliet Alpha. Louisville approach Cessna November 82 Juliet Alpha, 700 feet. Cessna November 82 Juliet Alpha, Louisville approach, continue as planned. Altimeter Tree 0.19.
Yeah, but that part of the Ohio River near Cincinnati, to me, looked very much like it. I'm very pleased with what that looked like there. general scenery in suburban and rural areas is pretty close to accurate in a lot of the places that I've flown, I think. At least accurate according to my sense of what it should look like. Very pleased with that. In the morning here. I'm pretty sure Louisville's Eastern Time. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Shut the lights off on the dash. It's light enough outside. That also shuts the lights off on the exterior of the plane. There are a couple of red and green flashing lights on the tail of the plane to let other aircraft know that I'm there. It serves the same purpose as tail lights on a car, tail lights and headlights on a car. At least as far as I know. But at some point in the morning, you can turn those off. I'm not sure what that is. It just looks light enough to me. It looks light enough to me that well, it's almost light enough that I would turn the headlights off in my car, I think. So we'll go ahead and shut them off. So that we don't forget to. And just take in the view here. We got Louisville coming up, but it's not for a little ways yet. Check fuel here. Okay. Alright. Should be good. I do these chime checks and put them out over the microphone because if I stay silent for 10 minutes in a row, it shuts the microphone off, which might work for some of you, and I'm sure it would. But I like to get a word in edgewise every once in a while. Up here, trying to see if I want to try to shoot the underside of it. I think I may be not quite awake enough to do that, because it really is 7:53 in the morning right now. I fly with real world time and real world weather at all times. This has been a pretty decent flight so far. I don't want to ruin it with a show-off move, so we'll just fly over top, no biggie. This place up here will give us the weather. Yeah, sure will.
Kilo India Mike 0 automated weather observation 1100 Zulu. Wind, calm. Visibility, tree. Sky condition, few clouds at 600 feet, few clouds at 4,400 feet, few clouds at 12,500 feet. Temperature, 16 dew point, 10 C altimeter tree 020. Kilo India Mike 0 automated weather observation 1100 Zulu. Wind, calm. Visibility, tree. Sky condition, few clouds at 600 feet, few clouds at 4,400 feet, few clouds at 12,500 feet.
Excuse me. Yeah, we'll get those guys off of there. That was not the most interesting weather report in the world, but sometimes that's just what you want. What was I eating this morning? I've got something in my throat that's giving me this cough. It wasn't Raisin Bran, it was, or Golden Crisp. It was, I was eating knockoff Cap'n Crunch. That's what it was. Yeah, Cap'n Crunch out of a bag. And some of the pieces got stuck in my throat. I like it. It's just as good as the regular Cap'n Crunch. But, you know. It's just one of those cereals. the sides of the Ohio River here, according to this. Gain some altitude and do another circle. That is quite a drop off there on the right side of the river, the west side of the river there. Wow. Go this way this time. A bit higher in the sky. I see a navigation beacon emanating from an airport quite a ways away on the Indiana side. That number. See, I have a destination in mind. It's just a bit past Louisville. I want to see if I can make it to Evansville, Indiana. So, flat land on both sides of the river now. Watch that sun go across the dashboard like that. Sunlight just moving across. Based on where the sun is in the sky and based on the direction the plane's moving. I'm never not amazed by that every time I see it. It's 8:05 in the morning, Monday the 7th of September, 2020. Alright, so there's Louisville International. Microsoft Flight Simulator still calling it Standiford Field, though as I said, they renamed it for Muhammad Ali last year. Not misspelling anything that I can see. Let's see what options we have at Louisville. We can get the weather. We can tune the tower, but there's no reason to yet. Let's get the weather.
Standiford Airport Information Uniform 12000 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility 3. Sky condition. Few clouds at 600 feet. Few clouds at 4,400 feet. Few clouds at 12,500 feet. Temperature 17. Dew point 10. Altimeter 30.18. ILS runway 17 left and ILS runway 17 right in use. Landing and departing runway 17 left and runway 17 right. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back all short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have uniform. Standiford Airport Information Victor 1200 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility 3. Sky condition. Few clouds at 600 feet. Few clouds at 4,400 feet. Few clouds at 12,500 feet. Temperature 17. Dew point 10. Altimeter 30.18. ILS runway 17 left and ILS runway 17 right in use. Landing and departing runway 17 left and runway 17 right. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read backhaul short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have Victor.
Alright, there's no reason to run that by us again. Not sure how to get out of this loop. Alright. If it gives us that weather report again, I'm going to try to manually tune Louisville approach to get it to shut up. Okay, it doesn't look like it's going to play it again, so that's good. I'm on 132.075. There it is, right there. Yeah, there it is. That's what I'm on. Interesting. Alright, so there is a surface adjacent class Charlie airspace up here. I've written down instructions on how to bypass it. Let me just see here. Air to the Indiana side of the Ohio River to ensure that you remain clear of the surface adjacent Charlie airspace. Okay, we can do that. And as I say that, I can see Louisville off in the distance, 12 o'clock. Alright, I'm going to gain some altitude here so that I can get a better perspective on exactly what's happening here. So, just sort of very slowly gain some altitude. Bring us into probably a Class Echo airspace. I'm thinking we're not near enough to the field to actually have an incursion with the Class Bravo. But again, it's one of those things that I feel like the simulator left out, that the people who designed the air traffic control system left out. I'd like to be able to tune Standiford Field and let them know that I'm flying underneath a shelf of class, well, I guess it's Class Charlie, not Class Bravo, but flying underneath, I guess there's only one shelf of a Class Charlie, usually. Let's see, you've got Class Delta, which is a cylinder that goes all the way to the surface. You've got Class Charlie, which is a two-tiered wedding cake, upside down. And then you've got Class Bravo, which is a 3 or 4 or 5-tiered wedding cake, upside down. I want to shoot that bridge, or I think that may be a tall enough bridge to try and fly underneath. But it may not be. Let's just see. Never mind it. side of the Ohio River. Remain below 2,200 feet mean sea level. Okay, we can do that. Easy. That's very easy to do. 2,200 feet mean sea level is quite high. I don't think we've been that high yet on this flight. So we'll air to the Indiana side. There's the surface adjacent Charlie, which pretty much encompasses the entire skyline and a lot of that side of the river over there, the Kentucky side of the river. And I don't want to get mixed up in that, so we'll just stay over here. There it is. There's always multiple ways to get what you want in this sim. Some of the stuff's really intuitive. Some of the stuff is really counterintuitive. Flight planning is counterintuitive. I think there could be some improvements made on that system. The overall user interface at the main menu, extremely
Alpha,
nice.
contact approach on 119.5.
Got it.
Going to 119.5 Cessna 2 Juliet Alpha. Approach Cessna November 82 Juliet Alpha 1,300 feet. Cessna November 82 Juliet Alpha approach continue as planned. Altimetry 0.15.
So we'll get an okay look at the city of Louisville here. I don't want to move too close again, like I said, because the Class Charlie goes all the way to the surface if you get too close. And sometimes air traffic control will let you in, and sometimes they won't. Looking at the ATC panel in the lower left-hand corner, something called Bowman is Louisville Approach, is the name of the approach group of air traffic controllers in and around Louisville. We can get a little bit closer, a little bit better view of a city than this. Yeah. As you can see, those bridges are going to appear to be rendered as solid structures all the way down to the water. So that's obviously a flaw that needs fixed. I imagine if I tried to fly underneath one of those bridges, it would interpret that as a crash. So we won't do that. Go ahead and make sure we don't have an incursion with the surface adjacent Charlie.
Cessna 2 Juliet Alpha, contact Louisville approach on 132.075.
Oh, great. We're in trouble.
132.075 for Cessna 2 Juliet Alpha.
The devil made me do it.
Louisville approach Cessna November 82 Juliet Alpha 900 feet. Cessna November 82 Juliet Alpha Louisville approach continue as planned.
Whew.
Altimetry 0.14.
should have done a circle as we passed by Cincinnati. It wasn't this light outside, though, as we were passing by Cincinnati. So we'll head off into Indiana a bit and do a circle. Wave goodbye to Louisville. Getting higher and higher in the sky. The glare off of the panels and off of the front of the plane. That's never dull to me. That's never boring to me. It's so real looking that is never boring to me to watch that. Any sort of glare of the sun off of any part of the plane, I watch that all day, every day. That's amazing to me, how they did that. The glare off of the water of the Ohio. That's incredible to me. I mean, maybe my expectations are just low.
Juliet Alpha, contact Louisville approach on 134.15.
Got it.
134.15 for Cessna 2 Juliet Alpha. Louisville approach Cessna November 82 Juliet Alpha 1,300 feet. Cessna November 82 Juliet Alpha Louisville approach, continue as planned. Altimeter tree 0.12.
Alright. So you can see the Indiana side of the river starting to get a bit topographically more interesting than it had been. Significantly hillier than it has been. And the Kentucky side of the river has gone flat. You learn stuff about topography that you didn't know before. And not all of the topography is accurate yet. Some of it is glaringly inaccurate, in fact. But it's one of those things where if it looks right, it probably is. And that's the same is true with the scenery in general. Especially in rural and suburban areas. If it looks like it could be basically correct, it probably is. And that is an incredible accomplishment. It's the first time anything like that's been done in a flight simulator that's been sold to the public for $150. Or not even that, $120. United States dollars. Check the fuel in this thing. Alright. Good deal. Good deal. We can make it to Evansville. Easy. Let's see if Evansville is on the list here.
Allegiant 9078, you are 21 miles southeast. Climb and maintain 10,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 17 left approach via Thunt transition. Clear to Thunt.
Alright.
Allegiant 9078, descend and maintain 5,000 feet.
Looking for anything on that list that looks like it could be an airport in Evansville.
Descend and maintain 5,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 17 left approach via Thunt transition. Clear to Thunt, Allegiant 9078.
That's a commercial aircraft. He's free to do as he wishes. No, he's not free to do as he wishes. I take that back. But he can go jump in a river for all I care, is what I mean by that. He is decidedly not free to do as he wishes. I am. but he's not. Alright, so I don't see anything on the list that looks like it could be anything having to do with Evansville, Indiana. Not worried. We've got a little bit less than half a tank remaining. That's plenty of fuel. So I'm not concerned about that. As long as we just have a little bit of focus here and get on down the way, we will make some good time. It's 8:24 in the morning, Monday, the 7th of September, 2020. Here that I'm still using live real-world weather. Pretty sure I am. Yeah. It's just the skies are incredibly clear, and it almost seems impossible to believe. Check to see if it's supposed to be a nice day in Ohio today. It's going to be cloudy later today, but right at the moment, clear skies. 66 degrees. Of course, the weather reports here in Flight Simulator give the temperature in centigrade. Altitudes are in feet, distances are in nautical miles. Temperatures are in Celsius, centigrade. And yeah, altitudes are in feet up to 18,000, and then beyond that are in flight levels, actually, I should have said. And what else is there? Barometric pressure is in inches of mercury. At least here in the States it is. What else is there? Compass headings are in degrees of a circle, radial degrees. Ohio River. Maybe flatters the Ohio River a little bit. I don't know. I mean, I've heard that it's got some problems. It's got its fair share of problems in terms of the environment.
Alpha, contact Louisville approach on 132.075.
Got it.
132.075 Cessna 2 Juliet Alpha. Louisville approach Cessna November 82 Juliet Alpha 1,000 feet. Cessna November 82 Juliet Alpha Louisville approach, continue as planned. Altimetry 0.10.
That time we didn't reset a barometric pressure reading in time, and we wound up telling them an altitude that was 100 feet higher than we actually were. Not the biggest problem in the world this time.
Louisville approach, generic November 440 X-ray, X-ray ready to copy, IFR clearance to Naples.
Lucky duck.
Generic
I want to go there.
440 X-ray, X-ray is cleared to Naples Airport as filed. Climb and maintain 7,000 feet. Departure frequency is 132.075 squawk 107 Clearance point 30 minutes from now.
Get on it.
Louisville approach, generic
Get on it.
November 440 X-ray, X-ray IFR to Kilo Uniform Mike Papa ready to copy. Generic November 440 X-ray, X-ray is cleared to Kilo Uniform Mike Papa Airport as filed. Climb and maintain 6,000 feet. Departure frequency is 132.075 squawk 7132. Clearance point 30 minutes from now.
I'm Googling that.
Generic November 440 X-ray, X-ray cleared to Naples Airport as filed. Climb and maintain 7,000 feet. Departure is 132.075 squawk 1073. Clearance point 30 minutes from now. Generic 0 X-ray, X-ray read back correct.
So is he going to Naples or is he going to Indy?
Generic November 440 X-ray, X-ray cleared to Kilo Uniform Mike Papa Airport as filed. Climb and maintain 6,000 feet. Departure is 132.075 squawk 7132. Clearance point 30 minutes from now. Generic 0 X-ray, X-ray read back correct.
We just did this. I don't know. I'm also confused as to whether he's going to Indiana or going to Florida. I'll go to Florida with him, but not Indiana. Oh. No, I don't know. Indiana's fine, but it's just... He's going on a bar crawl in Florida. I'll do that with him. Anything connected to Evansville here at all. Looks like it might have something to do with Evansville. I'm not worried, per se. Just yet. I may cheat across this this bend in the river here. I may just cut straight across. I mean, I'm not sweating bullets that I'm going to run out of fuel or anything like that. I just would rather not take risks that are unnecessary. It's not necessary. Oh, I don't know. Follow the river, it's fine. It is now 8:32 in the morning. Monday, the 7th of September, 2020. Actually, west of Louisville. Let's just see what time it is. Okay, so we're still in Eastern time. At some point beyond Louisville, however, I think it's before Evansville, we switch to Central. Oops. Oh no, that's fine, actually. Yeah. It says he's going to Naples. I guess one of the passengers mouthed off or something, because now he's going to Indy. I could care less where we go. Good. You're not going to Florida anymore. Nice going, guy. Look for Evansville. I'm going to stalk this list for anything having to do with Evansville. What I think I'm going to do is, I'm not worried per se. What I am going to do is, I am going to stalk this list for Evansville Regional to come up. And as soon as it does, I'm going to watch them like a hawk and contact them when I can. Get a clearance to land, and then ask for directions direct to the place. But no, I'm not worried at all that I'm going to run out of fuel or anything like that. This is just because I feel like talking to somebody. We're not going to run out of fuel. We're good. But I need somebody to talk to. So I want Evansville to show up. this one. Larry Bird's hometown at number 8 on the list. There's really no excuse to run out of fuel, even if we can't make it to Evansville, because there are so many airports that are perfectly suitable for landing a plane like this at, that if I feel like we're getting to that point, I can make arrangements quickly enough. Now, those are some interesting colors on those hills there, that's for sure. I'm not sure what they're growing there. If it's not snow, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Low fuel alarm shows up on this particular aircraft. I don't see Evansville just yet. But no, there's no excuse. Any kilo field, any airport whose identification code begins with the letter K, as in kilo, ought to be big enough to land this plane here, to enable this plane to land. Oh boy, Louisville is still closer to us than, oh my gosh. march. As this number starts to wind down toward about 3 gallons, I'm going to start looking at the top of the list. Instead of looking at the bottom of the list for Evansville to show up, I'm going to start looking at the top of the list for an alternate destination. In fact, let's go to page 1 now, or page 2. So that we can get a sense for which airports are getting closer to us and which ones are getting further away from us. Alright, let's just see here. So there are no kilo fields within the top 8. That's just wonderful news. So we'll keep going down the list here. The closest kilo field is something called Perry County Municipal. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch Perry County and see if it is getting closer to us or getting further away from us. If it's getting closer to us, then that's a good candidate. If it's getting further away from us, then it's not a good candidate. It's at number 6 right at the moment. Goes up the list, then it's getting closer. If it goes down the list, then it may be getting further away. We'll watch French Lick Municipal as well. Larry Bird, French Lick Municipal. Yeah, right. That'll be the day. Okay, so it looks like Perry County might be getting closer to us. And it also looks like French Lick may be getting further away. Okay, I can say with near certainty that Perry County is getting closer to us. In other words, we're headed towards it. It's west of us. Yes. Yes, Perry County at number 7. Alright, so what are we looking at as far as fuel? Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Let's make one more check for Evansville. Us. All right. I don't see it. I don't see Evansville. Now, did the river just do another switchback? Okay, it did. It did. The river is messing around on a level unheard of since 4th grade art class. So I'm not, Evansville is out. Evansville is out. Let's see. Where are you? Oh, shoot. Alright, we'll tune traffic. Let's see. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. Oh. There's no tower? That's no good. Okay, so Perry County is out. Crap. Good thing a woman isn't with me. I'd be hearing it right now. I'd be hearing it so loud right now. What is AAF? That's gotta have.
Godman Tower, Cessna, November 82 Juliet Alpha, 22 miles northwest to land. Cessna, November 82 Juliet Alpha, Godman Tower. Fly left base runway 18. Altimeter 29.907, wing 204 at 10. Fly left base runway 18 Cessna 2 Juliet Alpha.
Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fly straight here for about 30 seconds, and then I'm going to ask them where they are. The reason I want to fly straight for 30 seconds or so is so that the system gets a good idea of what direction I'm going, because what it's going to do is it's going to give me a distance, and it's going to give me a direction using clock face numbers. And I want the clock face number that it gives me to be accurate. So we'll ask them for directions now.
Godman Tower, Cessna, November 82 Juliet Alpha is unfamiliar with the area. Request directions to the airport. Cessna 2 Juliet Alpha Airport is 7 o'clock, 23 miles.
Oh, shit. Alright. Fine. So about 160. Right about here. Alright. So we'll fly this heading here. And if I have done this right, it should be at 12 o'clock now. Oh, good. Godman Army Airfield is a military airport located on the Fort Knox, United States Army post. Well, as the country song says, I'm coming over. Oh, God. Oh, man, I would be hearing it right now. Alright, let's request directions again.
Godman Tower, Cessna, November 82 Juliet Alpha is unfamiliar with the area. Request directions to the airport. Cessna 2 Juliet Alpha Airport is 9 o'clock, 21 miles.
Seriously? Oh, we can't take an inefficient route to this place, so 160 minus 90 is 70. Oh my God. remind me never to get married. Okay, so now it should be at 12 o'clock. What are we looking at? Fort Knox, this is an emergency, okay? You have to let me land. I have minimum fuel. I'm declaring minimum fuel. You have to let me land. No, flight 070. Flight 070, yes, right there. What is this? Give me the map. Okay, I'm not entirely sure what it is. Might be the Ohio, I don't know. Could be the sticks for all I know. I let the VFR map go. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Godman Tower, Cessna November 82 Juliet Alpha is unfamiliar with the area. Request directions to the airport. Cessna 2 Juliet Alpha Airport is 2 o'clock 19 miles.
Alright, so 2 o'clock is... Jeez, what's that about? Hey Siri, what is 360 divided by 12? Thank you.
Godman Tower, Cessna November 82 Juliet Alpha is unfamiliar with the area. Request directions to the airport. Cessna 2 Juliet Alpha Airport is 1 o'clock 18 miles.
And we'll just assume that I've declared minimum fuel. Which means they have to let me land no matter who they are, I think.
Godman Tower, Cessna November 82 Juliet Alpha is unfamiliar with the area. Request directions to the airport. Cessna 2 Juliet Alpha Airport is 1 o'clock 16 miles.
Why can't I get a 12 o'clock heading on this thing? Because that means I'm going at it inefficiently. I'm flying for longer than I have to. I want a 12 o'clock heading. Oh, this is going to be embarrassing if I screw this up. Folks, put this all over every flight simulator message board that there is if I run out of fuel here, because this, frankly, I mean, we're talking like I don't even know what to compare it to. I don't even know what sports reference everyone would understand. There's not one sports reference or historical reference that everyone would understand, so I don't even know what to compare this to.
Godman Tower Cessna November 82 Juliet Alpha is unfamiliar with the area. Request directions to the airport.
Give me a 12 o'clock heading.
Cessna 2 Juliet Alpha Airport is 11 o'clock 14 miles.
Jesus H. Ugh.
Godman Tower Cessna November 82 Juliet Alpha is unfamiliar with the area. Request directions to the airport. Cessna 2 Juliet Alpha Airport.
Thank you.
12 o'clock 12 miles.
So we're flying right at sea, and as it happens, so the Almighty isn't entirely screwing with me. They've put another airport right in the way here, so we can fly right at Cedar Farm, and Fort Knox should be right behind. We could land at Cedar Farm. If Cedar Farm is a paved runway, I may land there. Let's have a look at this Cedar Farm and have a look and see if it's a paved runway with any sort of facilities for refueling. What is Cedar Farm's stop? You don't know that I'm on approach. I just look like I'm on approach.
Godman Tower Cessna November 82 Juliet Alpha is unfamiliar with the area. Request directions to the airport. Cessna 2 Juliet Alpha Airport is 12 o'clock 90 miles.
Okay, so 1.76 gallons left. 75. I'm doing a math problem here, guys. Just leave me be for just a little bit longer. All right, so 1 mile ticks off about call it 0.06.
Cessna 2 Juliet Alpha cleared to land runway 18. Wind 208 at 11. Cleared to land runway 18 Cessna 2 Juliet Alpha.
Ticks off about 0.6. Okay, that was fortuitous. We're gonna do short base leg here. Short final, short base. Okay, there you are. So you've got five. So we're gonna lose about 1/3 of a gallon of fuel. Okay, I am going to put my reputation on the line and guess that we're gonna make it. Okay, we're doing short final and short base here. Thank you for giving me 1/8. That's a lifesaver. We got lucky to get 1/8. The wind is starting to pick up. I had a bit better of an idea. Okay. I think I see it. I think I see it. Yes, that has to be it. How is that not it? Not. It's not. This is 1/8 over here. Oh my god. Give me the VFR map. Okay. Alright, we're going now. At this. That's 1/8. That's 1/8. Full flaps. Slow the heck down. All right, we did it. I think. Minimum fuel, guys. Minimum fuel. Emergency. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Cessna 2 Juliet Alpha, exit runway when able.
Yeah, I know. I have to explain myself to Gunnery Sergeant Hartman. I'm looking forward to that.
Cessna 2 Juliet Alpha, contact ground on 121.9er.
Yeah. Oh, crap! What is going on?
Cessna 2 Juliet Alpha, did you
Yes,
hear
I did.
my last transmission?
Yes. For God's sake, it's just not letting me do it.
Going to 121.9er, Cessna 2 Juliet Alpha. Godman ground, Cessna November 82 Juliet Alpha, taxi to parking. Cessna November 82 Juliet Alpha, taxi to general aviation parking via taxiway Bravo Alpha. Taxiing to general aviation parking using taxiway Bravo Alpha, Cessna 2 Juliet Alpha.
That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm parking right here. So that was, so that happened. I can see why no one wants to fly with me now. Thanks a lot for joining me for that. We didn't make it to Evansville, we made it to Fort Knox. And here comes the guy who said you can't handle the truth. Here comes Gunnery Sergeant Hartman. Here comes Jack Nicholson. So I gotta go, guys. Hopefully I'll have all my body parts still with me when they when they get done with me, and hopefully we can get out of here soon. Thanks a lot for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.